and asked you to look at it. Has anyone tried this? Okay, let's think about it. Let's solve it together. Done? Very good. So here, I want everyone to understand, like I always say, not a couple of you only. So let us take this and solve it. If you have done it, it is really good. So let me have a test 4. And add a problem statement here. Okay, so everyone knows what is the question. Is the question clear to everyone? Some of you may have solved it, some of you may not have. Okay, so let's start solving. The moment I say input, I'm going to take from user, start with a scanner and all that. Okay. And here, let us get the list of products. This part, I don't have to explain. Everyone can do this on their own. Populate data. Okay, so here we've got this populate data, which is list. Oh, sorry, before that, I just ask user the inputs. Enter category and price. Do that fast. Product price, whatever is the threshold price. So this part is the what do you say, initialization part, init part of it. So now the actual question will start. So tell me, what will this return? This method, what does it return? List or a stream? Populate data method. You can just take the cursor here. It is returning the list. So now, since I want to pipeline, which operations I want to pipeline? The multiple filters and the terminal operation. You can always do it in an imperative style manner, but we are not doing that. So which is the first operation? What should I do first? Convert the collection to a stream, or you can say attach a stream. Which is the method we want to use? Stream method, very right. So I'm just doing it in one line, stream. Okay, so this is done. So here, what you get is stream of, anyone wants to tell me, stream of products as a reference type or stream of primitive types? Product or primitive type? What will you get? Stream of references. Yeah, but which type of references? Product type of references. Very right. So stream of product. Okay, but here everything, all the products are present. They are not yet filtered. So which is the first operation generally you do? You reduce the big data to the relevant data. In short, filter. Now, when you say filter, it is again having your predicate. So here you can add the first filter. So you can have a category based filter. So what will be the lambda expression? P dot get product category equal to category. Now anyone wants to tell me what you get? Is it this will be the all products, right? This will contain all products. So here, what will you get after this line? All the products or filtered products? Filtered products by a specific this. So on filtered by category. Can I not do here itself and check for price? I can. But the whole idea is to show you series or chain of operations. So I'm doing it in the next filter. So now answer. What does this filter method return? Does it return? Something is wrong here. P dot get product category is equal to category. Anyway, we'll see if there is a problem. So here it is a intermediate operation or a terminal operation. Everyone knows the answer. It is an intermediate operation. So dot, again you apply the other filter, this time a price filter. If you want to create a function literal, you can create that. I'm just inlining everything. So here P for product again, any variable name, it's just a placeholder, you know that. And P dot get product price. Okay, get price is what I said is exceeding specific price, so greater than price. You do that. So now you have got a filter stream filtered by price. So already the products were filtered by category. Only the ones which are for a particular category exceeding the price are here. And what do you want to do with this? Do you want to sort it? Not yet. You just want to display. So which is the terminal operation we'll use for displaying? For each. So here terminated using the for each. And here you can use your simple method reference. Are we clear? So what you can do is, initially you can print the original list. I want to print the original list, so I'm just refactoring the code slightly. Here, if I use it directly, I won't get to show the original list. So control 1. So here I get to see the original list. And here list dot. Now I don't have to, for this, I don't have to convert it to stream because there is no filter pipeline of operations. So I can just do it in this manner, simple manner. Println, and then I'm saying filtered list of products. And you see this. Oh, I did it somewhere. Yeah, I have to have a list. I wanted to use it in 2 places. That is why, guys, I refactored it. I'll just check whether I'm doing it correctly and then send you the code if required. So suppose I want a category as, let's say, fruits. So now I have done, have I done 2 uppercase? I am not sure. Yeah, I have done 2 uppercase. So I can give it in the lowercase, uppercase, doesn't matter. And exceeding a price. So what are my fruits prices? So suppose I say 400. So I can see the original list is here and the mango is exceeding it. Yes. So it is working all right. I'll wait here for a minute. Tell me. Try it out. I'll send you the code also. But are you understanding it is the main question I have. Guys, only 2 of you. I mean, I'm not saying everyone should say yes. If it is no, ask me and I'll repeat it. Somebody asked me a question, looks like. We have to display, oh, sorry, right, my mistake. Yeah, so, okay. If I want to display only the product names, thanks for reminding, my mistake. I forgot. Can I use then the method reference if I want to display the product names? Will I be able to use this? No. So here you will have to go back. I completely forgot. Thanks for reminding. So here product names, then there is a map method, but I have not yet shown you that. So here just remove this. And for each such product, just display this. So for each product, SOP, P dot get name. There's a mapper function also, but I have not yet talked about the mapper function. So this. Now is it correct? I can't use the right map function exists, conversion exists, but like I said, in the next thing we can do that. Yeah, so make a correction. Are we all comfortable? Are we understanding it? And I'm going to use it in your advanced Java Spring Boot applications and all. So here I'm just, trying to give you some practice. you can solve, I'm just talking till the others also finish. You can solve any business problem, business logic problem using imperative style as well as functional. But if you have solved it using functional, definitely your impression goes up. Okay, so that way, that is why I'm preparing you in functional streams, even when they are not part of your DAC contains. Okay, let's not waste time. I'll just take one or two more objectives and then we'll continue to IU because we have to start IU and do things. Here, prompt user for a category and discount and apply that discount on all the products of a specific category and display its list. Yeah. So has everyone finished the earlier one? Okay, so I can go ahead, right? So here, tell me. You tell me. Okay, so first in thing is clear. Category, the inputs will be category and discount amount. So anyone wants to tell me? So I have got the list in the product, sorry, products in the list. So initial point is product list. So can you tell me which operations, what is it you will do? I've given you the list of products. What will you do further? Tell me. Nobody's responding. Okay, so you don't have to give me the code, give me the operations. So first we will convert it to stream. Fine. After that, what is the next operation you will perform? A filter. Okay, and here after filter, what will you do? Yes, so for each printing, okay, right now let us not even, you don't have to print it, you can print it in the next line. So I'm just making it simpler. So here only is giving the discount on specific thing. So I'll wait here for a minute. I'm not even asking to print it. Just apply the discount. In the next line, you can print that list again. Okay, do it. I'm waiting for another minute. Everyone is understood it? Anyone is confused on the requirement? I hope not. But if you are confused, tell me. So you start with the same product list. You write another tester and solve it. It's going to be a one-liner. Everyone understands that. You can copy from your earlier code. So that scanner and everything will be there and give me the solution. Even if you give me that one line, pipeline of operations, I'm okay with that. Are you trying it or are you lost? You're trying it. Okay, fine. If anyone is lost, tell me. I can start writing parallelly and explaining, not an issue. Okay, so I'll start writing and you can check. I told you, copy from earlier one, so you won't have to type too much. So this is original list is fine. Enter the category and discount. So category. Discount. So this I'm going to start from scratch. So guys, you start dictating. What is the first operation? Attach the stream. So you have got a product stream. Now, which is the first operation you will apply? I hope it is repetitive. Which is the first operation you will apply? Filter operation. Always it is typically, if there is a filtering criteria, reduce big data to the specific data. So this is product. This you already we had written. So p dot get product category equal to category. Okay, this is done. And now we have already asked for discount. So tell me, how should I apply the discount on the products? Tell me the next part. For each and a set price. Very right, Avinash. Very good. So here dot for each. And what is it? What is the action you want to take on all of these filtered elements? Reduce the price. So it is P dot, not just set price, get price minus discount, but that is sufficient. I mean, at least you told me the correct one. Get price minus the discount. Okay. And once you have this, now this for each is a terminal operation. So here you can't change it further. So if I want to display. Gunjan, you are unmuted. Please mute yourself. Gunjan, mute yourself, please, fast. And then you are printing the list again. So check whether it is working fine. So me run this. First I'm running it and confirming. Suppose if I say oil, and suppose I'm giving a discount of 50. So oil is reduced to 450 to this, and next is 550 to, yeah. So I'm sending you this code. Confirm it. Tell me when you are done. Whenever you have completed it, let me know. I'll ask the next question. We are going to continue like this for some more time. And then I'm going to, in another 10 minutes, we are going to start the time. Other things I'll get it done in the lab today. Okay, some of you are saying done. What about others? When you say done, please run it, test it also, whether the discount is getting applied. It's working fine. Very good. Okay, Shubham, I'm waiting. So I'm not writing anything. I'm waiting for others. So here, Shubham, it is difficult to wait for each and every one. So you continue. I have sent you the reference code also. So now let us discuss the next one. Oh, sorry, not this. Just two I'm considering. Then the rest of I will consider in the this. No, you continue, Shubham. I'm still not going ahead. I'm just telling people what they have to think next. On these 6 we are taking. After all these others, we will solve it in the lab together. Can I start discussing the next one? Is everyone ready? Shall I? So you will tell me. So when you say, you will tell me, I don't want the whole code. You just tell me what are the steps you are going to use. So what will be the first step? How will you get this range of 1 to 100 numbers? Yes, in stream. And which method? Yes, in stream.range. You can, this time we will use, last time we used range, right? So we'll use range closed. There's so many methods you'll see. So, okay, range closed is done. Next, so range closed means 1 to 100. In stream.range closed, 1, 100. Next one. I got all the numbers. Which is the next operation typically you will apply? Filter out even numbers. Very good. So you just tell me the big data operation, as in the higher order function, filter. And after that, what is it we are going to do? You already know that. A specialized reduction function is sum. So aggregate operation, you're going to sum it up. Start working on your own. You don't require my help. It's an easy one. Display sum of all even numbers. Write the objective here, so you will know what is being solved and all that. So later you won't have any understanding issues. You can do it in literally one line in stream. Just for the checking, you can use the other method. You can use anything, range closed. If I use range closed, here I've got the stream of integers containing actually 1 to 100. Filter out. So I've got the filtered numbers and sorry. And then you supply the last terminal operation as sum. So if you take the cursor here, it will tell you returns the sum of elements, and this is the case of a specialized reduction. So there is a reduce method actually. So 0 is the accumulator, and this is what is again your example of method reference. So it is calling sum method on the integer class. So all that you don't have to this. This is it, and submit, and you just have to display. Okay. Sum of even numbers between 1 to 100. Okay. So I'm just putting it on different lines, different operations, so you can keep track of it. Oh, I forgot the space here. So you can see that. Yeah, so it is correct one. Finish it and tell me when you complete. Nothing new here, not showing you anything which is new. Done? Getting the feel of streams, functional streams? Okay, so of course there are, like I said, tons of higher order function. I'm just choosing the simple but basic ones, required ones. Now next one. We are stopping this exercise here. This is the last one I'm taking. Remaining I'm going to take, but in the lab session. So now here I want to display the average of all the odd numbers between 1 and 100. So guide me. You tell me what are the operations you expect to do. First initial thing is very easy. Yes, you can use how do you start? You understood the requirement, right? Display the average. So tell me the steps. What are the operations? First is the stream. Stream means range method. Range close, your choice. Then again a filter, and then you have to check whether there is any average method. Answer is there is. So guys, pause here. Look for in stream. This is your in-stream method, sorry, in-stream interface, and check whether there is a average method. Existing or not existing? Answer is it is existing. But the problem is it return? Oh, sorry. I went elsewhere. Yeah. So is it returning you the average value as in double, or is it returning something else? It is returning you something weird called as optional double. See guys, the way I have arranged objectives is to show you more and more things. If it was as same as say a sum, I wouldn't have wasted your time. So now understand more things. So this optional concept is also a new concept added since Java 8. So here read the statement correctly. Returns the optional double. So that optional double is nothing but a holder, a container describing the arithmetic mean of the elements. Fine. But suppose if the stream is empty, if you have given the empty stream, means suppose there are no odd numbers. Suppose I give certain numbers and there are no odd numbers, the stream will be naturally empty. So in that case, what it will return you is the empty optional. So see the word optional. Optional means it may or may not contain the value. I'll repeat the statement what I said. Optional double represents a container, a class, which may or may not hold the value. So I just told you, but I want to hear it from you. When it may not hold the value, when it will be empty, when it will return, if the stream is empty. They have given you clearly, if the stream is empty, yes. So there is no odd elements at all. Yeah, you'll get it as a empty this. So now click on optional double. This is a class they have added in java.util, and read the description. It's a class, a container object which may or may not contain a double value. So if the value is present method returns true, otherwise it returns false. And how do you get this? How do you retrieve the method? How do you get the value? The method name is get. So you can check is present. If the is present method returns true, you can specify that, okay, it is having a value. So if you scroll down, there is a method here. There's so many methods. Get method. Yeah, sorry, not get as double, because it's a double kind of a optional double. So get as double. If the value is present, it will return. Otherwise, it will throw you no such element exception. So let us do a 1 minute recap. Yes. So what does the average method return? Tell me. It's a 1 minute revision. And then we will write it and we'll go to IU. Optional double. Optional double is a class or an interface. C or I. It is a class. What does it represent? It represents a holder. Is it always going to contain the value? Or it may or may not contain the value, right? May or may not. Absolutely a possibility. So how do you find out whether the value is present or not? Which method to use? Is present. If is present returns true, what is the method to get the value? Get as double. Otherwise, you can give a message such as empty stream. Is the whole API clear to everyone? This is your introduction to optionals. So let us do it and stop this functional stream business. After this, we will continue this exercise in today's lab, definitely. Okay, so here. So let us write the last one, because again, this is your extra topic. This is an additional one. So I can't spend too much time. Already I've spent a lot of time, extra time. So now whatever extra we want to do, we'll do it in the labs. So let's write the test 7 here. Otherwise, we'll never finish core Java, and then I can never start you on advanced Java. Our advanced Java will suffer. So what I want to do is here. This is the question. This is the requirement. So you can do it now on your own also. It's int stream. Okay. You can go for doubles also, but currently I'm just saying int stream dot range. You can have. So let's see 1, 0, 1. You can use anything. Now filter part is, I think, clear to everyone. You try it on your own. Equal to 0, that's your odd numbers, and then you call a average. But if you see, if you take the cursor here, you have seen that it is returning you an optional double. And then you can use it, the next line. If you do optional, or if optional, simple I'm doing, dot is present, then you can say SOP optional dot get as double. So the value, so you can say average is equal to. And here, else you can say empty stream. Empty optional. This one, you're wrong. You cannot chain these two methods. You have chained these two methods, Shubham. Is present returns you true or false Boolean. So you cannot chain it to get as double. There's a different way, but currently not doing it. So run this, and since there is a stream here, you're going to get it. Finish it. Or even if you don't complete, tell me whether you have understood the concept of optional. If not, I can explain again. Understood and done. Very good. So now let me, okay, I'll just wait for a minute. Yes, Rajiv, you can write it like that also. But hold on to that thought, and then I'll do something for you. Okay. So this is one. Now I answer this one, Rajiv. I'm going to answer you, but with another one. So please open your InStream, and in InStream there is a method called as off. There are overloaded of methods. So I'm showing you InStream. And can anyone use this InStreams of method to give me, let's say, 5 even numbers? I'm saying anything. Just give me 5 even numbers. Something. How do I use this? So you will understand your answer in a minute, Rajiv. So I can say 10, 20. This is a Bharax. So I can do that. Understanding or not understanding. I'm showing you a new API where I can actually specify the values instead of a range. Clear? Some response, guys. So don't worry, we'll do it. So continue here. I'll give you the numbers I want. All even numbers. Okay. So now start. Same thing I'm going to do. So in stream, because Rajiv asked me a question, my job to answer. And here, give the values 10, 20, all evens. Okay. So what is it I have got here? In stream containing all these values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The filtering condition is the same. The terminal operation is the same. Okay. And now I'll ask you, oh, sorry. Look at this. I forgot the commas. I just copy pasted it. Anyway, and here Rajiv was asking me, anyone wants to tell me what will happen if you have paying attention to the Java docs? You will know this immediately. Yes, please. An exception. So check this one. This one was Rajiv was asking me the question. So it is completely wrong. to get the value from that optional, because optional represents a container which may not hold the value. You understood what I'm saying, Rajiv? Why your approach is not acceptable? Okay, great. So that is right. So there are various methods. There are or else methods, or else throw method. I'm going to show you. Yes, not always is present, Girish. There is a lot of API. But from your current understanding, current knowledge, yes. All I'm saying is you check it first. If that optional is holding the value, and there are methods such as if present, is present, or else throws. So all those things we'll consider sometime later. The optional double. No, you will not get an optional double. Yeah, after get as double, you forgotten get as double. That's why. Check your code, guys, properly. Madan, check your code. You have forgotten to call get as double. So check first before asking a question. Please confirm what I have written. Is it same as what you have written? Okay. So optional holds that value. So optional 50.0. Do it this way. It will show you properly. So if I give even a single element, let's say, you can see that. Are we clear so far? Getting the feel of it? Try it out. Okay, so this is what is more than sufficient time spent on extra topics, additional topic of functional stream. So please stop your coding and pay attention to what I'm saying. So tell me, I want majority's response. So whatever I have done since morning, can you finish the revision of this in the first hour of a lab session? I don't want to see the same names all the time. I've got these names now. Where are others? I don't even get to see the other names also. Everyone feels confident? Okay, I'll give you extra 15 minutes. So 2:30 you start. So let us say 4 o'clock. By 4 o'clock today, will everyone be ready to solve something more? Okay, because here what happens is, otherwise, I cannot invest the time from the theory session, but I'm definitely interested in showing you more. So around 4 o'clock, I'll join around that time. If you have any specific questions, of course, you are more than welcome to ask that. And then I will give you some more, we will solve some more objectives, which will give you more practice in functional streams. So that is the plan of today's lab. So now let us stop this functional programming or functional streams approach. And let us start a new topic here. Only two main topics of core Java remaining, IO and threads. So I'm starting IO. IO, you have very small things. Only you have got overview of IO and mainly serialization, deserialization. And then we are going to end this core Java training with threads. So let's start with, somebody is unmuted, I guess. So please mute yourself. So here we are entering the IO. IO stands for, input, output. So we are going to discuss the only one device in this, which is files. In your contents, you got only file device. So let me start with java.io. The package we are going to use hereafter is java.io. So let me open that picture. Devices overview. So is this anything to do with the streams, functional streams? Absolutely not. Which is the topic we are entering? The second last topic, which is Java input output. So focus here. Stop your coding. So I'm just giving you the overview. When you write a Java application, which all different type of devices your Java API supports? From the day one, you have been using system.in, which is console input, standard input stream, system.out print stream, which can read and write from the console device. Which is the main thing we are going to solve, rather focus on today and tomorrow is file streams. So today I'll start you on character streams. And tomorrow we will tomorrow we'll continue with the binary streams, and then I'll show you whatever are there in your containers. You have done your OS, operating systems. So have you heard about a concept called as a pipe? From your OS concepts, have you heard about pipes? Yes or no? So yes, where is that pipe existing? In it, pipe is the data transfer medium between two processes. But here I'm talking about the pipes which can exist between data pipes which can exist between two concurrent threads. So that is also a device. Java application can read or write the data from the RAM memory. Anytime you write a distributed application, for example, TCP, transmission control protocol, a reliable protocol, a client is the one who's going to send the request to the server. Server is going to service the request and send the response. So what is that endpoint of communication called? A socket. So you can attach the data streams. I'm not talking about functional streams here. I will talk about what is a stream in a minute. In a minute. This has nothing to do with your int streams, double streams, or functional streams. I'll explain the concept in 2 minutes. So you can do the device handling of sockets. And when I take you to advanced Java next week, so at that time I will show you we'll be starting with, of course, database, JDBC, and then the web servers, web containers, servlets, JSPs, and all that. So that time you'll see server side streams. So the point is, this is just a devices overview to tell you what all different devices a Java application can handle. But since I'm using the stream word so many times, I have to tell you what is the meaning of IO streams. This is your input and output stream. So take a look at this figure. I can't mute all. Guys, somebody is unmuted. Please mute yourself, or the host of this meeting, please mute all because it is causing a problem. I mean, disturbance. Okay, so tell me, guys. Here, you have the diagram in front of you. So tell me, if you want to read the data from the data source into Java application, which type of a stream will you attach? Input type of a stream or output type of a stream? Answer is there in front of you. You will attach the input type of a stream. And vice versa, if you have got, suppose, let's say, a collection of products, map of products or list of products or customers, orders, some information, and you want to store it on a file or send it to socket, which type of a stream you will open? Input stream or output stream? Answer is right in front of you, output type of a stream. So you will be wondering, what is the meaning of stream here? So here, stream just means data transfer medium. And typically it is the binary streams. I mean, it can be binary, it can be character streams also, but all it represents is the data transfer between an application and a data source, or from Java application to data sync. So this is the basic concept of streams, which just represents a data transfer. Okay, now come to the next part. So when you talk about IO streams and all, you have to understand what all different types of streams you are going to handle. Functionally different streams. I'm not talking about functional streams as in Java and functional streams. Different types of streams. So this is a very important slide. So pay close attention. Functionally speaking, I'm not talking about functional programming. Logically speaking, I'll say the streams are categorized into 3 different categories. One is called as a node stream, buffering stream, and the third one is called as conversion, or also called as filtering stream. Conversion stream is sufficient enough. So what is the objective? What is the job of all these streams? The node streams are those streams classes. Those are nothing but classes from java.io. See, the package we are going to start in couple of minutes is java.io. So when you open java.io, you will see some stream classes. And what will be the job of these node stream classes, handling of the device. Means what? Let me say it clearly. As a Java programmer, do you have to manage the device handling at the operating system level and a hardware level yourself, or is it going to be abstracted by the Java API? Abstraction or actual handling? Pick up the option. No answers? Answer is abstraction. And who is going to provide this abstraction? The node stream classes. So let me ask you a simple question. Suppose you have three different platforms. You know Java is platform independent. Java IO is also platform independent. But you tell me, is Windows file system same as Mac file system and same as Linux file system, or are they all different? Do they follow the same or different? Of course, they are different. But does that mean that my Java code for handling the files, is it going to be same across all the platforms, or is it going to change? Platform specific or platform independent? Of course, platform independent. And that is where you will see those device handling classes, or called as node stream classes, which will take up the job of talking to underlying system, and they will hide the actual devices from us. So again, the point is you'll get a feel of it after writing a couple of examples. So give me that time. Okay, so going ahead, I'm saying using the node streams for IO handling, is it optional or is it mandatory? I'll repeat the question again. I said, are we going to use these node streams in an optional manner or required manner? Are they compulsory or optional? Wrong answer. Compulsory. You cannot talk to the direct device directly. There is no Java API which allows you direct device handling. So using the node streams is completely mandatory. So minimum streams which you are going to use are the node streams. So now tell me, now I'm taking you to the next category. You can read that JA is for Java application. So if I'm I'm transferring the data. I'm writing the data writing small data to a file, or reading the smaller size file into my Java application. Is buffering required? Is it mandatory or is it optional? Buffering the data is optional or mandatory? You don't have, looks like, any clue about this. No clue about file systems, looks like, because you are giving me exactly opposite answers. If the file sizes, if the data transfers are small, is buffering compulsory or optional? Completely optional. But if you are transferring the data, large files or large response data or request data you are handling, writing the data directly to the device or putting it in a buffer, which will give you better performance? With buffer or without buffer? With buffer, it will give you better performance, because I don't know your background. So buffer is what? Nothing but a piece of memory. So Java application can write the data to the buffer, and whenever the buffer is full, that data can be written to the device. And vice versa, whenever you are reading the data, you don't have to, means Java application need not read it directly from that node stream. You can add a buffer stream where the data will be stored in the buffer, and then which will be a faster operation? Reading the data from the device directly will be faster, or reading it from the buffer will be faster? Of course, if you're saying device, that means you don't have any clue about file handling, looks like. So of course, doing it with the buffer will be faster, because the peripheral speed, your IO device's speed and CPU speed, which will be faster? At least do you have any idea about that? Which will be way faster? CPU speeds are going to be way faster. Peripherals, IO peripherals such as disk, socket, any device is going to be performing slow. That is why you introduce a buffer. So buffering streams are optional, but recommended whenever you are transferring larger data. And the last category is the conversion. So here, these conversion streams, see guys, Again, your background is not known to me, so but at least I'll explain. Anytime you are reading the data from the devices give you the plain binary data. So if you start taking that raw binary data, processing binary data will be easy for a programmer, or processing primitive types, objects will be easy to a Java programmer. Tell me. The Java types reading will be naturally easy. So there are going to be some conversion streams. This is going to be tomorrow, where they can convert the bytes, raw bytes into primitive types, into objects and all. And that is where we will learn the conversion streams. So tell me, out of these three, which are compulsory for any data, any IO operation, node, buffering or conversion, it is only the node streams which have to be used, because they will wrap your device. They will hold your device. Without them, you cannot write a single word of Java IO. Okay, so this was the background. Now, I'm telling you, I don't know whether you'll trust me or not, but IO is one of the easiest topic, much way easier than collection framework. So only one picture you have to just remember, only little bit of hierarchy, and you immediately start getting a feel of it. This is just a background. When we start writing the actual code, you'll start getting a better feel. So here, what I'll do is, just a second, I'll send you this java.io overview. Let this be with you. One minute. The PDF and all formal things are already present there, so you can definitely go through that. I've sent you java.io overview PNG. Open that, download, open that, so that even if I flip the screen, this will be in front of you. Okay, so I'll start explaining. So read the first box, read the first couple of statements, and I'll explain. Okay, let me start explaining. Which is the package we are going to import for handling input and output? Simple question. Answer is here, java.io. But is java.io the only package? Of course not. There is another package called as java.neo, java.nio, which represents new IO. So I'll check that you have just as the overview. So the main thing is here, java.io. So now read the next line. Anytime you are reading the data from any device, be it a file, be it a socket, be it a pipe, anything, and you have a problem. Problem is error, runtime error. Or whenever you are trying to write the data to the device, any runtime error occurs, which is the exception JVM is going to fire, JVM is going to throw. Answer is IO exception. Is it a checked exception or unchecked exception? It is a checked exception, must be handled. Okay, so that is the basic thing. Now another important statement. You'll understand this in a better manner in our threads, but I'm still explaining it to you. Java.io API means calls, method calls. They represent blocked API or unblocked API. I mean blocking API or unblocking API. Answer is blocking API. So I'll give you an example. Suppose you are trying to read the response sent from the server in your client application, and server has not yet sent the response. So tell me, will your client application block or will it be able to continue? Answer is, it is going to get blocked. Okay, so here, this is what I mean, or this is what is the meaning of blocking IO. So read it in a formal manner. any read or write operation, both of them, causes the blocking of the invoker thread. Okay, so that is when you write a multi-threaded servers and all that, you have a receiver thread separately, transmitter thread, and all those things. In short, it is a blocking IO. So how long the thread will block? Till the read or write operation is complete. So just recap: which package? Java.io. Which exception? IO exception. Blocking IO or non-blocking IO? It's a blocking IO. Okay, so this is the basic thing. Now, when you open java.io, it is divided into two parts. So one half is binary data streams, which is byte-oriented data streams, and the other half is character data streams. So understand binary first. When I say binary data streams, what I mean? Any read and write operation, when I'm going to show you in a minute, the data transfer unit, how is data going to be transferred? Or when you perform any read operation or write operation, it is going to be byte oriented. So you will see the methods, read method using byte, or you also have overloaded read methods which can read the entire byte array. So keep it simple, keep it light. Under binary data streams, the DTU means data transfer unit, is going to be binary. And when I take you to character data streams, which is what we will start today, what will be that data transfer unit? Binary or character? Obviously, it is going to be either a single character by character you can read it, or you can also read it in the chunks of characters. So this was all the background. Now let us come to the actual API classes. So you just have to remember only 4 major important classes, and the names of them are input stream. See this. Under binary world, you have input stream, output stream. Under character data world, you have reader and a writer. So what are these? These are abstract superclasses. So people ask you, why these are abstract and not concrete? Because they don't represent any device. They don't represent any buffer, or they don't support any conversion. They are just the, they just support a category. They just, represent a category. So let me start checking how much you are understanding. So if you open this input stream class, which methods you expect to see? Read or write, R or W. Input stream, which methods you expect to see? R or W, very right. Read methods. So next one, reading binary or character. Of course, read methods in byte format, very right. Now tell me, output stream, I have 2 questions, read or write, character or binary. So give me both the answers together. Writing and binary. Very good. Next one. Reader. When you open, I'm going to open the class in a minute. I'm just asking you beforehand. If you open reader, what do you expect to see? R and C. Yes, it is sufficient. I understand short forms. I myself use so many short forms. So reading and character. And how about the last one? Writing and informs in chunks of characters. So why don't we confirm what we said is correct or not? Open the Java docs, and here search for a class input stream. So you'll see java.io.input stream. You can see the hierarchy object extended by that. The moment you say auto closable, will you be able to use it in the try with resources? Answer is very much yes. Okay, so it tells you so clearly, you just have to read it. This abstract class is the super class of all classes representing binary input stream. You got that? And if you scroll down, there are other methods which currently you don't need. So look at these. Are you looking at read methods or write methods? Of course, read. And what is it using? Binary format or a character format? Binary. Understood what I'm showing you? Read methods in byte-oriented format. Similarly, open. Now don't waste time. Okay, you can later open output stream. Or okay, anyway, I was going to skip that, but doesn't matter. Output stream. It tells you so clearly. An output stream accepts output bytes and sends them to some sink. Sink means data sink, which could be file, which could be socket, which could be pipe, which could be anything. And if you come down to the methods, what are we looking at? Read methods or write methods? Binary or character oriented? Sorry, binary. And now I'll not waste your time. Directly open writer. Java.i.writer. It will tell you so clearly for writing two character streams. And here, if you see the methods, you will see the write methods. Are they character oriented or are they binary? So first 4 classes are clear, because that is all you need to remember. There is very less you have to remember in IO because it is not as hard, not even half as hard as your collection. It is one of the easiest topic. So now tell me, if these are the abstract superclasses, will you be able to instantiate them? You know the obvious answer. How can you instantiate abstract class? That is why they have given under each category, these are the 4 hierarchies, or is all I'm asking you to remember. Which 4 hierarchies? Input stream, output stream, reader, and writer. So now under input stream, you will see so many subclasses. So answer smartly. When you say file input stream, guess smartly. Is it a node stream? Is it a buffering stream? Or is it a filtering stream? N, B, or F? Of course, a node stream. And that is what? And what is the device it is going to handle? A dumb question, easy question. Which is the device it is going to handle, guys? When it says file input stream, of course, binary file. So let me just open this in a pen so I can look at your answers parallelly. Give me a sec. So I have a question now. You have this diagram. Okay, so listen to this. If I want to, sorry, before that, I'll just give you the options. The options are, first option, let me open the pointer. So here, the option 1, file input stream, file output stream, file reader, file writer. So file input stream extends from input stream, file output stream from output stream, and likewise. So now I have a question. Suppose I have got an image data, binary data, and I want to write it to the file. Which option will you choose? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Everyone is clear? I want to write the binary data. Somebody said 1, which is wrong. Of course, you are all majority is right. File output stream. Mute all, please. Next question. Suppose I have got a text data file and I want to read it. Which option will you use? Same numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, please. Option 3. If I've got some employee information which I want to write to a text file, which option will you choose? Option 4. And if I want to read a binary data file, suppose I have stored the customer details in a binary file, which option you will use? The first option. So what is the job of these node streams? I'll give you options. Handling the device, option 1. Buffering, option 2. Conversion, option 3. All of above, none of above. Answer is only file handling. But if you are smart, and I'm sure you are, see, look at these two, file reader and file writer. Guys, they do little bit of conversion also. I'll tell you how. When you say file reader, you are expecting to read a character. But how many bytes a character holds in Java? How many bytes are occupied for character 2? So what these streams do is, internally, they read the 2 next bytes, convert them into character and give it to us. So they are slightly formatting. They are doing the slight conversion also, but these are the pure node streams. So now next one. If I want to see this, you are looking at the different set of devices. So don't misinterpret my diagram, hierarchical diagram. Input stream is extended by piped input stream. There is no relationship between the two. I have just gathered all the binary stream input streams here, all binary output streams here, and likewise. Okay, so tell me, suppose you have two threads, okay, producer and a consumer. What is the job of the producer thread? Producer data or write the data or read the data. Producer will produce the data, write the data, or you can say simply writer and a reader. I'll say producer and a consumer. So the options are now here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if producer is going to write the data to the consumer in a text data format, which is the stream class producer should open and which is the stream class consumer should open? Which is the stream class producer should open? Piped writer. Absolutely correct. Because see, it is very easy. I said text data. So when I say text data, discard these two options. Okay, 50-50 kind of thing, or eliminate wrong options and all that. Now, so you focus on these two. Now you want to producer as to produce the data, write the data. So piped writer. And which is the stream class your reader or whatever consumer has to open? Naturally a piped reader. So now here, these are the examples. You have socket streams. You have so many streams in Java. You just have in your contents file streams. Now, if you are performing larger data transfer operation, should you use only the node streams or additionally should you also use the buffering streams? Node or node plus buffering? Answer is node plus buffering. So let me ask you a question. See, I have given you all the answers here. I'm telling you, IO is way easier than your collection. You'll find it immediately. Just give yourself some time and you'll find it. Okay, so tell me. Buffered input stream. Okay, what is the use case? When will you use this buffered input stream class? For buffering binary data or character data, B or C? Binary data. And for during data read operation or data write operation? Data read operation. So you are getting it. At least those who are responding, I can talk to them. I have been telling you respond. More you participate, more you enjoy. Tell me, when will you use this class? Buffered writer for writing or reading. Buffering data for writing purpose or writing, and of course, character data. And if you want to store, I'm going to start with buffered reader in a minute. So when will you use buffered reader? For storing the incoming character data. That data could be coming from file reader, piped reader, I don't care. It is device independent. Buffered reader is telling you, see, buffer reader is telling you, see, I'm just a buffer. You just give me a character data from a socket, from a file, from a pipe. How do I care? I'll simply store it in my memory. And then you can read it slowly, line by line or whatever manner in your Java app. So this is the organization of java.io. Okay, so have a quick recap. What are the two important categories? You have the answers in front of you. No memory game, it is understanding. So what are the two halves? What are the two parts of java.io? Tell me. Binary and character, absolutely. So tell me, which are the, you can write in short forms, which are the abstract superclasses in binary world? Input stream and output stream. Are they abstract or are they concrete? Abstract. So if you want to actually handle the file device, a binary file device, which class will you use? You want to read the data from a binary file. Which class will you use? I want the name of the class, not input stream. Input stream is this file input stream. Yogesh got it right. Suruchi got it right. FIS, file input stream. If I want to write the data to a binary file, which class will you use? File output stream. But initially today, I'm going to start you in text data. So if I want to read the text file without buffering, which is the class will you use? I want to read the data from the file reader. Yes. And if I want to write the data to the file, what will you use is file writer. Got it? So now let us start with the objectives. Have I written those objectives? Let me see. No, I have not written. So I'll write the objectives here. Simple one. Read data from from the text file using buffer. Why I'm saying using buffer? Because file sizes could vary. File sizes could be large. So read the data from the text file using buffer till EOF. EOF is end of file. Till end of file and display it. So if this is the first objective we will solve. We generally I take it in the same manner because that is the easiest for the beginner. So is the requirement clear? You got so many text files. So I want to read the text and the data from the text file. But are we going to connect that? Are you going to read it directly into Java application or are you going to dump it in a buffer? Buffering or not buffering? Of course, buffering is involved. Okay, so this is the first requirement. So my suggestion is, since you are new to this java.io, we are going to draw the streams, draw the chain of the streams, like how earlier I showed you functional streams. Now I'm showing you chain of IO streams. So I would suggest draw the diagram with me. Otherwise, later the diagram becomes little difficult. Not difficult, but yeah, involved. So the title is chain of IO streams. And which is the objective we are solving? Then copy. So this is what we are going to solve. So this is the question we are trying to solve. First, understand this. We'll draw the diagrammatic view, picture for that, and then we'll solve it in next couple of minutes. And then we'll take a break, small break. Okay, so here, now start responding. Is the requirement clear to everyone? I just want to read the data from the text file and display it on the console. Okay, simple, but via buffer. So here, how do you approach the problem? Don't think in code, think in the blocks, think in the chain. So here, draw on one side a block as a Java app. So this is your Java application, which we are going to write in a minute. And are we going to do the data read operation or data write operation? Tell me. R or W, data read. So here, which is the device? So keep some space in between and draw it here. So which is the device we are having? It's a file device. Text or binary? Today I'm starting you on a text file. Okay, so this is your other end. In the next week, when I start you on advanced Java, the file will be replaced by what? A database. And you already know your SQL queries and all that. So those SQL queries we will start calling from Java frontend. So only the data source will differ. Concept would be similar. So here you got a text file. So now you start responding. So since it is a reading, let's start from the file device. Draw the arrows. Here drawing the arrows is very important. Otherwise you'll never know which direction is happening. So now tell me, can Java application directly talk to the device? Answer is no. So anyone wants to tell me, give me the name of the node stream. I have to add here. Yes, node stream. File input stream is a wrong answer. File reader is a correct answer, Shubham. Guys, is it a text data or a binary data we are reading? Text data. So you have the diagram now. So don't make mistake, please. So here is where you are going to attach your node stream. What is the name of that node stream class? File reader, which is the package in which it belongs to java.io. So make the diagram sufficiently, what do you say, big, so that you will understand all the things. So I'm just saying, let's add it's a class. So I'm giving you one of the constructors, and that constructor takes in file name. So we will prompt user. So here, this I will prompt to user, enter the name of the file, and user might enter only the file or maybe path, d:/ whatever. So file name and a path. And in case the system Java cannot find the file, which is the exception it will include in the throws class, file not found exception. So includes in the throws class file not found exception. Open Java docs and you'll see file not found exception is a subclass of IO exception. It is a checked exception which has to be handled. So this is your node stream. Give the labels correctly. This is what you'll refer to as the node stream. So you cannot do the device handling directly in Java. You have to use the node streams. When we are talking about java.io, java.neo is a different API altogether. Is everyone clear so far? Diagram wise, flow wise. Okay. Yeah, you keep drawing. I don't have to wait for that. So here, now, if you put a probe here, anyone wants to tell me? Here, if I ping the data, what will be the type of the data here? Text data or binary? Character data or binary data? Give me the label for this. What kind of a data it will be? Of course, it is a character data. But will it be a buffered data or will it be unbuffered data? Is it coming from a buffer or is it coming from a device directly? Buffered data. Where have you seen the buffer here? Is file reader a buffering stream? Absolutely not. It is just a node stream. So it is a character and unbuffered data. Buffering doesn't happen automatically. You have to choose the buffering stream for that. So this is your character and unbuffered data coming from text file. Okay. So now let me ask you, don't draw this. If I connect this directly, connect this means what? If I say from Java application directly create the constructor of file reader, what will you call it? Will it be a buffered read operation or an unbuffered read operation? B or UN? It will be unbuffered. Everyone is clear? So that's why I said don't. Okay, so don't do this. So now anyone wants to tell me, what is it I should introduce in between? What is it we should introduce in between? A buffer. So now, when you talk about buffer, there are 4 options. Buffered input stream, buffered output stream, buffered reader, buffered writer. Which one should I choose? Of course, a buffered reader. Guys, it's not a difficult decision at all. See, it is ending in reader. Any class ending in reader is your character reader. So match it here. This is where you have buffered reader. And you know the hierarchy, so you should be comfortable here. So now tell me, can buffered reader only read the file data coming from file reader, or can a character data from any device? So only from file or any device? Any character data, right? So that is why the constructor argument of it is not a file reader, it is a reader. Guys, I told you very long back when we were in the first week of Java, inheritance and polymorphism are not the theoretical concepts. Just here, the moment you say reader, tell me, can this reader be replaced by, can reader type of reference refer to file reader? It's a Boolean question. Is file reader a reader? Yes. If I replace it by pipe reader is a reader. So that time buffer reader will start storing the data coming from a file. I'm so sorry, coming from a pipe, or you can attach it to the socket and likewise. So much of flexibility you get here. This is your buffered reader. This is the constructor of it. And here there is another constructor. Okay, I'll write that also. there are overloaded constructors. So here, if you use this constructor, it will use the default size buffer, system size buffer. But if you say, I'm just using a short form now, BR is for buffer reader. There is an overloaded constructor where you can supply this, and you can also supply the size of the buffer. For all practical purposes, we typically use the first one. So draw the arrows properly. So here you are, here you are reading the data, right? So here, so data, this is a buffer data read operation. And now you can connect this data into Java application. Okay. So now if I ask you, if I put it here, I mean, if I try to trace it here, will it be a buffer? Is it the data coming directly from device or through a buffer? Here I'm asking you. Of course, from a buffer. So is it a unbuffered character data or is it a buffered character data now? It is a buffered character data, very right. So here this is, label it as buffered character data. So this is what is nothing but called as chain of IO streams. Just in the morning half, I showed you chain of pipeline of operations such as filter, map, reduce, or sorting, and all so many things we are going to do in the lab. But that functional streams are totally different than IO streams. These are all for device handling or reading the data and writing the data. So tell me honestly as in openly. Open communication is what I want. Is the concept, is the chaining of the stream clear? We have not written any code, but is the chaining clear? So once you say it is clear, translating this into Java code becomes extremely easy. So now how to do that? You're not going to draw a diagram. If anyone asks you to do such thing, you're going to write some Java code. So before I translate this chain into code, let me ask you, buffer reader, has it implemented auto-closable? Answer is yes. All IO stream classes are auto-closable and so is file reader. So the moment I say this, can I open it in a try with resources? Constructor of buffer reader, Abhijit, you want me to explain? There's nothing. Buffer reader can Abhijit, I'm talking to you. I read your question just now. Buffer reader can accept the data, can buffer the data coming from any character data stream. So I was asking people, is file reader a reader? Yes. So now it is storing the data coming from a file reader. But if I use, I don't want file, I want a pipe maybe. So I can attach a pipe reader here and same buffer reader can do the job. So reader is the super class of all character data streams. So that is the one with a first one. But here you don't decide the size of the buffer. It is all system defined. But if you want to specify the size, you supply the reader as well as the size. Are we clear? Okay. So now, yeah. So this is all auto closable. So let us write the code part also. You know, I'm writing it here so that you will understand the whole thing. So of course you will have a try with resources. Tell me, this try with resources, can it open only a single resource or can it open multiple resources? Multiple is the answer. So here, imagine that you have added, enter the file name. So tell me, will you require to open scanner or scanner is not required? Scanner required or not required? Of course you will require. Why you will require? Because otherwise how will you talk to user? So this is same. If you don't want to write it, don't write. And you know system.in. So that is one resource opened. So now is the main thing. So pause. Don't write it parallelly. First understand. So where are we? We are in Java application. So now you go and ask yourself, which is the first class you have to instantiate? A buffer reader. So start. So BR is my short form for buffer reader. Buffer reader BR is equal to. I'm still into the try with resources. Tell me, which is the first class we are going to instantiate? New buffer reader. Chaining of streams. Tell me, what will be the input of a buffer reader? What will be the constructor argument, please? Inside buffer reader constructor will have yes. So here create the instance of new file reader. FR is for file reader. And what is the constructor of a file reader taking? This thing, name of the file. So will you use here sc.next or would you like to use sc.next line? Next or next line? Next line is preferred because if user gives you a path, your path might have white spaces, in between, and then you will get a wrong answer. So I would always recommend next line. Okay. So now see this. Your chain of stream is already created. So go from inner to outer. What does this represent? Name of the file along with the path. What does this represent? Unbuffered character data from the text file. And this entire RHS represents buffered character data. So tell me, is the picture, chaining of the streams and the code clear? Not confused? Not lost? Clear completely? See, this gives you a very good clarity. So this is what is the, now, so the opening of the resources is done. So here you will open your, whatever, try with resources, the block. So this is here. Now I have to give you the method of a buffered reader, which will allow you to read the data in a line by line manner till you reach the end of the stream condition. So here, reopen the this thing, Java docs, and here search for buffered reader. There's a method called as readLine. So open buffered reader and look for a method readLine. Read the description. So what will this readLine method do? It will try to read the line of text. And what is the delimiter? A new line character, carriage return or line feed. I mean this. And here, or it has reached the end of file. So read this. What will your readLine method return the moment it reaches the end of file? I said, what will your readLine method return? There is an answer already highlighted. When you reach the end of file condition, end of stream condition, null. Okay, so put it in that diagram. So here, I'm just writing it separately. So here is the API of buffered reader. And right now you read this as, so here it is public. A line of data is stored in the string and the name of the method is readLine. And in case something goes wrong in reading the data from the buffer or whatever, then it will throw you, it includes in the throws class IO exception. So tell me here, if I want to read the data to the end of file condition, which type of a loop I'll have to use? For or while or for each? While loop you'll have to use, of course. So here you will add, now I'll not write that, you'll write it in Eclipse ID directly. So here, what will be the code you will have? We will declare some string line or something, some variable. And while that br.readLine is not equal to null, that means there is a data in the buffer, you'll simply say SOP that data. Understood the code? Keep on looping till you reach the end of file. And the moment the return value is null, stop looping. And you read the data line by line and display it. So is the picture and the API both clear? So let us continue to Eclipse. You can say close everything and create a new package. New project for this. This let it be for your functional programming. Let's open the new one. The 18.2. And let's start with the basic examples of IO. So SRC, this is your character IO today, binary IO tomorrow. And here what we are doing is buffered character read, buffered text file read operation. Give the names of the classes, always self-explanatory. I'll wait till you resume, till you come to this level. Reached here? Can I continue, guys? Okay, so here, now since we are going to do everything in the try with resources, first give the prompt to the user. I can't add this into try with resources. So ask user enter file name. User might give a relative path that is from the same folder, current folder, or user might give a path. We don't care. So now try with resources. And here, first open the scanner as always. Use scanner. System.in. And then you open the chain. So I don't expect you to remember. So always, write it in the comments. So here you are going to read it, not from the device, but from the buffer of a buffer reader. That is going to be connected to the file reader. And file reader is going to handle your text file. So once you have this in front of you, writing the Java code becomes really easy. All these are auto-closable resources. Buffer reader BR. Buffer reader, which is the class we are going to pass as the argument of it. It requires reader, but file reader is a reader. So I can always add new file reader. I hope you are understanding that upcasting and inheritance playing so much of a role. And here you can say, let's see next line. The moment you do this, just take the cursor here and it will tell you unhandled checked exception file not found. So anyway, this is a main, so you can add a catch-all block. So any exception will come to know. Address, and finally you give main over. Write this much and we'll continue to actual data read. Do it in the step-by-step but clear manner. And as always, do let me know when you complete. Done, Nimish. Very good, Prashant. Nimish, very good. Let's wait for others also. This is a new topic, so I want to wait for majority. So in the meantime, I'll ask you, have we started reading the data yet or not yet? Not yet. We just attach the chain of the streams which are created, but data read operation we have not yet started. Okay, so now come inside. Okay, have you completed, guys? Can I come to the actual read operation? Okay, so now you define some variable. See, the br.readLine returns you the line data. So you can say string s string line is equal to null and have a simple while loop. While line is equal to br.readLine is not equal to null. So till the time it is not null, that means we have not reached the end of file. Actually, it is not end of file. We are reading it from buffer. So you can say end of buffer, end of stream. I just want to display the data. Okay. And here I'm giving this data read over. So in case there are, sorry. In case there are any exceptions, we'll know immediately. So this completes our first simple exercise. You can do while also. I just start with the while, it is easier. I don't want to skip any lines and all. Let me know when you complete. Done. Okay. So now you have to test it. You need not, I mean, it need not have the dot text, but the nature, the type of the data should be character. So I keep giving you so many readme files and all, you can open any of it. So anyway, let's read this first. Let's try this first. Run it. If you give the wrong file name, what is the exception it is going to throw? File not found exception, and the application will terminate. So now let us give the correct one. Please don't try your, don't trust your spellings. So open that file explorer. Oh, sorry. Open that file explorer. And any text file, you must be having so many. So for example, you have that daily assignment thing. Right? So just copy the path so that you won't make mistakes. If you're running it on Mac or something, do it in that manner. So I've got this. I don't know which file, the text file, any text file you can choose. And let me just open this. So if you notice, I'm not trusting my spellings, guys. Otherwise, again, you'll get a file not found. And the extension I have used for this is .text. And as you can see, yeah, it is device, your device assignments and all that. And then at the end of it, it says data read over and main over. So I'll wait here. Tell me if it is working. While condition is not clear, it's a simple this one. Abhijit, while, okay, let me ask you, what will br.readline method return at the end of the end of the stream? What will it return? A null value. So you just keep looping till you get null. So here, what I have done is, I could have said while br.readline is equal to not equal to null, but then I won't get a chance to store that line. So I just declared a variable. So while this particular br line is equal to, so I'm reading the data in line variable, till the time it is not equal to null, print the data line by line. Understood it, Abhijit? Okay. So I hope it is working for everyone. I'll send you. We are taking a 10 minutes break anyway, but let me send you this first. The 18.2. See, where are you? Yeah, I've sent you this. In case you are having any problem, compiler issues or whatever, you can always look at it. So I have a small question before I give you 10 minutes break. When you write this type of a code, what will you call it? Imperative style or declarative style? Declarative is your functional programming style. Imperative or this? Of course, imperative. So what is the meaning? Here, I have to supply the action, that is reading the data and printing, plus I have to write the loop and everything. So it is definitely not a functional style of programming. So after 10 minutes of break, the requirement will be the same. Read the data from the text file, but are we going to use functional approach or imperative approach? Declarative or imperative? Answer is declarative approach. So let's have exactly 10 minutes break. So 12:57. Okay, let's make it 1 o'clock. So by 1 o'clock, you return in time and we will convert this code. We'll make another copy and we will write it as a functional programming. 10 minutes break. By 1 o'clock, we'll resume. See you. Has everyone understood the basic reading the data from the text file code? Are we all clear? And like I told you, is it a functional style of approach or is it a imperative style of approach we have used currently? It's an imperative style. So now open the API docs and I'm showing you how to change this from imperative to declarative style. Open buffered reader. Which was the method of a buffered reader we had used to read the data in a line by line manner? Answer is in front of you. Read line. And because it was returning a string and not a stream result, we had to attach a loop, iterate it over, and we had to check for this null condition. But now you search for, there is a method in that called as lines. I'll give you this. You won't understand that lazily populated and all. Okay, I'll highlight the only things which you'll understand. So tell me, sorry, read this please. What is the name of the method we are, I'm discussing is the lines. What is it returning? Is it returning a stream? Yes, you can see that it is returning a stream. So here, if you remember in the morning, I told you, yes, stream of strings, very right. So in the morning, I told you, this is your functional stream. Java.util.stream is the name of the package and the name of the interface is also stream. So this is, again, we are back into functional world, functional programming. And here, I don't have to, you'll see, you don't have to loop it. You don't have to attach a for each, you don't have to use the while loop and all. You can use the higher order function. So why don't you click on stream and that will take you to java.util.stream is the name of the package and stream interface. And once you have this, you already have. So this is attaching the stream to a buffer. So that is what I was telling you in the morning. You can attach the stream to the collection.stream. You can add it to the array, arrays.stream. And this is the method lines where you can attach it to the buffer reader and buffer reader could be reading the data from the file. So now, once you have attached this stream, if I want to read those, if I want to display those lines, what will you use next? I want to display those lines, whatever are there in the buffer. Which operation will you do next? No clue? See, br.lines will return you stream of the lines coming from the buffer and buffer is reading the data from the data file. So how I want the same operation. I don't know whether you understood this or not. See this. Here, I want to read the data till, oh, sorry, not this, till end of line and display it in the functional style manner. So which method? Of course, for each you are right. So I want to perform the operation for each, operation of displaying the element for each element in the file. Okay. So output wise, it is going to be the same, but only thing it will change is the functional programming style will adopt. Okay. So do this with me. Make a copy. Don't write it from scratch. Takes too much time. Control C, Control V. Just call it as functional FP or okay, so you can say functional. I was going to say functional programming FP, but that is fine. Functional. Okay, you got this. So I'll wait till everyone has made a copy. Do it fast because I'm going to ask you questions one by one. Make a copy from earlier file to new file. No changes I'm asking you to do yet. So now, if I want to change that imperative style to functional programming style, I'll highlight something and you'll tell me change or no change. So far, change or no change. Is everyone clear? Zero changes. What are the lines which we are going to replace? What is the code which will change? Can you tell me the line numbers, please? Where will be the change? 14 to 17. Okay, 17 is also data read. So that is fine. So get rid of all this. Okay, here we had to supply what is to be done, print a line, and how it is to be done by while and null condition. So get rid of all this. And now you'll again be appreciating the simplicity and power of it. So which is the method we are using? Lines. Please write a comment till you get a feel of it. So when I say br.lines, what is it going to return? Stream of string. And what does that string represent? Data read from line, data read in a line by line manner from a buffer of a buffered reader. And then you have directly a terminal operation. And you can say, if you want, you can use your Lambda or you can use your method reference, because all I'm wanting is displaying those data line by line. Are you understanding the functional approach? Isn't it cool? Isn't it so easy? Isn't it clean and concise coding practice? I'm telling you, see guys, it is all the time which is the critical thing. Otherwise, there are so many things you can really learn. But I'm getting you started on each topic. And if it interests you, I can share the links, video tutorials, and so many things. And you can do the so much of more learning. Anyway, so coming back to the point, I hope people are clear. Output is going to be the same. So what I'm doing is I'm just copying that file name so I don't have to type it again and run that latest code, functional programming style code. And you should see the very same output. So run it, test it, run it and tell me, is the code is also clear? The functional programming style approach is clear. And is it producing is it working at all? Working fine. So since morning, I have shown you arrays.stream, where you can attach the source. Where you can attach the stream to the array. Then I showed you for collection. And here is to attach it to the buffer, which is reading the data from file. So can I give you the next work, next objective? Are we ready? Okay, so read the next requirement, please. So the IO part you already know. Now I'm again giving you more practice of functional programming, functional streams. Anyway, you read it. Is the requirement clear? You'll say what kind of requirement? I'll say just for understanding functional streams. It doesn't have a practical value too much, but gives you the practice. Is the question clear? Okay, so here now identify the operations. Okay, so here, because that will give you the idea before you don't jump into the code. So starting point is a buffered reader. So to this buffered reader, what is the first thing you will do? You have to attach the stream. So first operation is attaching the stream, which is the method for that? Lines. Anyone wants to tell me which is the next operation? Filter. I've already given you this. What is the filtering criteria? Something. I mean, this can be anything. So you can say a line which contains a particular keyword such as Java or whatever. I just said this. So of course it is filter. You remember filter takes a predicate and all that. Now tell me, are you okay? You tell me, like, what will be the next operation? Till filter, I agree with you. I accept your answers. Next operation, please. I don't want API. Just tell me logically what is it you want to do. Okay, so people are saying for each. Guys, for each, of course, for display purpose. But I'm saying uppercase the contents. How about uppercasing? Yes. So which one? Tell me. Filter will uppercase it. Wrong answer, Prashant. Filter will just filter out the elements, filter out the lines. Which is the operation you will require? Exactly. Mapping. Here, you are mapping the contents of the line from whatever case, original case to uppercase. So here is my chance to show you the map API, not java.util.map. I'm not talking about key value pair. I'm talking about conversion. Though some of you can argue with me, I will use for each and I'll say simply whatever s dot to uppercase. Don't do that when I'm showing you the chaining operation. So guys, please open stream. In stream interface, you have already seen filter, higher order function, you have seen for each, search for map. This was map to int. Search for simple map. Flat map is even more interesting. Flat map is a combo of flattening and mapping, flattening and conversion. I don't know whether we'll have time for that. Anyway, let's go slow. So, has everyone come to map? So tell me, is this map, this thing, what is it called? Intermediate operation or a terminal operation? I or T? It is intermediate. Why you are saying that? Look at the return type. Is it returning a stream type of a result or non-stream type of a result? Stream type of a result. Okay, so everyone gets me. Now, this is a very what do you say, important kind of a higher order function. You know map already. You must have used it in your. I'll tell you. Which one? Yeah, React. When we have list of candidates and all, and you produce exactly in React, you must have used it for displaying the list of elements and the key and all that, right? Same functionality. So coming back, what is the meaning of a map? Map is mapper. That is, it will take the elements of type T and it can either change the type also, or it can return the type of stream R. So R can be same as T or whatever. So let me not confuse you. Tell me, what is the argument of map method? Answer is in front of you. I'm still asking you obvious questions. What is the argument of it? Function. So now click on function and tell me, is it a, see, it is T to R. T is the type of the input and R is the type of the result. So what is mapping? Mapping is mapping the input to output. So what is the input we are going to take in this case? The line data. Line by line data coming from the buffer of a buffer reader and those having line length whatever, and that we are going to uppercase it. Everyone is clear? So the original contents, we are going to map it to the uppercase. Type is going to be both string. So is it a functional interface? Yes. Can it be replaced by, can it be substituted by the Lambda expression? 100% yes. Okay. So method reference, we'll talk about it later. So which is that SAM? Functional method, single argument method. In goes the type T and then it is applying whatever function you write. So, and that will convert it into R. So anyone wants to tell me which is the function we are going to use for this mapping? Which is the function for the mapping we are going to use currently? Nobody? To uppercase, exactly. And that we will do. You understood this? So let us do it together. So here, the next one. Okay, what you can do is you can, I'll give you the objective. That's just a second. So here the next operation is map. And then of course I want to display it. So the terminal operation can be for each. Let me send you this on chat. Okay, so this is the objective we are going to solve. So what I'll do is, I don't want to again waste your time looking at time. So here, let's make a copy of it. And I'll say functional programming, functional 2, just another copy. Just make a copy from the earlier code to the next code. So you won't waste time. I'll wait. And in the meantime, also I will write this, the requirement. Okay, you let me know whenever you are ready. Or you can write it on your own also. You don't have to wait for me. Can I continue? Just create a copy from the earlier file Call it as functional 2 or something. And this is what we are going to use. Shall I continue? Can I continue? Okay. So now, same question. Till now, change or no change? No change. You still require the input from user. Sorry, this line also, zero change. You still have to apply the, create the chain of IO streams. This is implies chain of IO, input output streams. Actually, it is the input streams currently. In general, we call it as IO streams. Now, is this, okay, I'll ask you systematically, change or no change? Line number 18. No change. You still require to stream it, right? So that is your sourcing the stream. I mean, streaming the data from the buffer. But are you going to directly apply this terminal operation, or are you going to insert some intermediate operations? Yes. So you are going to insert the intermediate operations. So first operation is filter, reduce this. So this part, I think you can do it. So filter each line, just string. And what was this? Filter the lines having length. So S dot length, oh, length greater than something. You know, you can give any criteria. I don't really care. So this is where you are getting stream of strings again. It's an intermediate operation, but these are filtered ones. Before I join the lab session, that is around 4, please revise all these things so that I can give you then more and more practice and complete some more things in functional programming. But if you say, if you don't finish the revision first, then I don't have any time left to give you more. That way I'm requesting. So here you got the filter things. Now comes the next, this thing. What is it? Intermediate operation, map. What does map take in? Map takes in the input stream, and it is going to perform whatever operation you tell, it is going to perform it on all the elements. So for every such element whose length is greater than this, what is the thing you are going to call it as to uppercase? Reaching here, understanding? So this is your mapping operation. So stream of, again, it is still a stream result again, but T and R. T means input type and the R is result type. It is the same string. So here it is mapped to uppercase. And the last operation is the terminal operation is the same, where you are printing the whole thing. Getting it? Right. And tell me if you have understood it. You are stuck elsewhere, Abhijit. You are again out of context. Here we are not talking about the size of the buffer. If you want to supply the size of the buffer, open buffer reader, and there is an additional constructor here where you can supply the size. You don't have to worry about the size of the buffer. Platform system will decide the size of the buffer. And the moment buffer is full, the data can be read into the Java application without any buffer overflow. And then the next data can be read from the device. It all happens. It is all managed by Java API. So whichever size of the file you give, it's never going to run. You're not going to lose any data. So I hope people have tried it already. I'm giving the same file name. Let's run this. And as you can see, I mean, just whatever lines, I don't know which file you are given, the whatever lines whose length was greater than 50 has been uppercased. I'll send you this. You understood, Abhijit, what I said regarding the size? If you're still not clear, just open the API docs. look for buffered reader and the constructor. This is the constructor I was explaining it to you. Creates the buffering of character input stream of the specific size. But in most of the practical scenarios, you don't require it. So I'm not using it in our code. Okay, finish the current requirement, guys. Done. I've sent you the code also. So this is, one more example of, I've not shown you this higher order function map. So I'm just showing you. Okay, so let's move on to the next objective, copy files. So this was your filter, map, and for each. Oh, sorry. I had something else in the mind. So listen to the question, please. Can this lambda expression be replaced by method reference? It's a Boolean question, yes or no. If you say yes, you'll have to tell me that this is how I'll replace it. So don't just blindly say yes or no. You think a little bit. Correct answer is no. Because why no? When it is candidate for conversion to the, conciseness to this, for the lambda argument, if you are calling directly only the existing method, for example, s right arrow s dot link, that kind of a thing, then it was a candidate. So answer here is no. But now tell me, can this be replaced by method reference? Here the answer is yes. Okay. So this is a second example of a method reference. Guys, I told you, all I have a limitation of a time. Already we stretch it a lot. So beyond a particular limit, I can't also stretch. So listen to the statement carefully. This is an example of a method reference where on the LHS, you have got an object. System.out is the instance of the print stream, and on particularly system.out, you want to call a method println. So the left hand side was an object. Object means object reference, and RHS was the method name. But if you see this here, do you want to call the two uppercase method on a particular instance of the string or on all the filter strings? On a particular instance or all filter strings? So answer is not on a particular instance. So here, I'll just keep this here. Sorry, sir. Yeah. So guys, I told you already, even if you can give me till lambda expression, I'm more than happy. But if you want to be ambitious, here there is another example. So which classes, which method I want to call on every element? String classes to upper string. So on the left hand side comes the string class. Is to uppercase a static method or a non-static method? Non-static method. But this syntax still works because I want to call it on any string which is passed to this mapper function. And here you can say to uppercase, and you yourself tell me. See, there's no pressure from my side. All these are additional, optional topics. But I would say if you want to have a value addition to other candidates, whenever you are in recruitment and all that, you should know more and more. So coming back to the point, instead of this becomes so clear. This tells you immediately, not you, any reader, whoever is reading your code, they know that this mapper function is mapping the incoming string, uppercasing it and returning it to the caller. So this is an example of a method reference where you are calling an existing method on any type of a string which you pass. Understood? 1%, 2%? I'm asking you just 1%, 2%. Okay. And I'm again offering you the option. The way out is, if you don't understand a word, don't let too many things, too many confusions bother you. You can definitely go to Lambda. I'm okay with that as well. Okay. So if you read my regarding method reference, I've discussed all, not the same example, but similar things I've discussed. Okay, so now let us move on to copying of files. Next thing. Here. So now we are back into this thing, IO again. So what I want to do is, I want to show you I want to show you the code where you are reading the data from the source file in a buffered manner, and you are writing the data to some destination file. So obvious question, how many inputs will you take from user? How many inputs will you need from user? Two, source file name and a destination file name. Everyone gets it? Now, let's open this diagram. Yeah. And here I'll just pick up this because this part is going to be, see, before I say anything, the reading part is going to be the same. The reading part, buffered reader, file reader, text file is the same. It is only the writer part I have to explain. So I'm just copying this part so that I don't have to draw again. Let me just paste it here. Okay, so I'm writing the title here, this copy files. And now I'm not going to waste your time in writing it in the imperative style and then functional. We'll directly write it in a functional manner. Copy from source. So copy the source file. Copy contents of source file into destination file. And is it going to be a buffered copy operation? Answer is yes. I see, if I say no buffer, you can always drop it. But currently we are using buffered copy operation. Buffered, in buffered manner. Okay, so this is the question. So which part we have already completed? Reading part or writing part? Reading part. Whether you use br.readline in a imperative style manner or whether you use br.lines, your reading part is done. So which is the part which I have to just explain it to you is the writing part. Everyone got it? I already have the contents of that file. I'll not attach filter and all. If you want filter, you can add it later anytime. So I just have to show you the writing part. So before we draw, let me show you the choices. So, IO. So tell me, if I want to do the data write operation, I want to write the data to the text file, which node stream will I use? Option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. I hope your option is file writer. You want to write the character data. If file reader is going to be replaced by file writer, what else? Nothing. Okay, so here, this is the choice. But is it going to give you the handling of the device part or buffering? Answer is abstraction or device handling alone. So if you want to attach a buffer, which are the choices? Which are the standard choices? Buffered input stream, buffered output stream, buffered writer, buffered reader, buffered writer. Which one you think it's appropriate one? Opposite to buffered reader is buffered writer. I am just looking at your messages, buffered writer. Yes, you are saying the same. But here, there is a small catch. There's not a catch, but instead of buffered writer, we are going to prefer a better class by the name print writer. So it is a, you can first see this. Both of them are ending. Ending means the suffix is writer. Anytime you see a class ending in a writer, let me ask you, what kind of methods you expect to see? Read or write? Writing. Character or binary? Character. Everyone gets it? So now the popular question is, why we are choosing a print writer over a buffered writer? So there is, I'll share all this. So there is a proper comparison. Two popular questions are, everyone knows scanner from D1. Scanner versus buffered reader, definitely go through that. And another comparison people ask you, I mean, favorite questions, buffered writer versus a print writer. So let me explain that. And you will see all differences I'm not explaining. Some of them I'll explain in the next week. When we start advanced Java, first topic, after databases, I start with servlet. So you will see in servlet is nothing but a server-side component. Like how you have learned React components. I'll be showing you Java web components, dynamic web components. Okay, so the point is, at that time we'll use the same print writer to send the response from server to client. So this is like a dry run. This is like a practice for using print writer. So now start reading. What is commonality? What is common between buffered writer and a print writer? See this. The common part is both are character output streams extending from writer. Are both of them having buffering capabilities? Can both of them do the buffering of the data? Answer is yes. So now go step by step, and I'm just going to discuss the main two ones. Later, you can read that as an extra help whenever you are preparing more. So somebody was asking, Abhijit, I guess, there is okay, so what is the advantage of buffered writer over print writer? There's only one advantage. In buffered writer, there is an overloaded constructor where you can take any writer stream, plus you can supply the size of the buffer. When you talk about print writer, can you specify the size of the buffer? Answer is no. The default system size buffer you will have to stay with. But other than that, all are the advantages. So looking at time, I'm just telling you about it. And I want to complete this. So let me go a little faster. Whatever you don't understand, I'll repeat. So if you open the buffered writer API, the methods, open buffered writer class, and you will see only couple of write methods. But if you open the print writer class, which extends from a writer, of course you will see write methods. Those are already there. But in addition to that, like how our print stream class had print on the same line, println, print with a new line, and a printf is a formatted printing. So the same set of methods are also present in print writer. So tell me, which one gives you the richer API or a better API or more flexible advanced API? A buffered writer or print writer? Answer is print writer. So this is what I wanted to take. Of course, there are other advantages. You please read. So here, continue with the picture. Now I think we can draw this together. So start. So this part we have already done. That is, line by line data has already reached the Java application. Now anyone wants to tell me, start drawing with me, please. So this part is the same. So here, now the data direction is read or write. It is write. So draw the arrows properly. Sorry. Okay. So now anyone wants to tell me, what is the stream class? Which class I should instantiate here? I'm getting FW, BW, both options are wrong. If you say file writer, will it be a buffered data write operation or will it be unbuffered? It will be unbuffered. So which is that buffered class we talked about? Which one is better, buffered writer or a print writer? Print writer is better. So here you add, show the class. Now see, why I'm changing this? Because now we have a data here and that we are going to write to the device. So here, print writer. There are so many overloaded constructors. I'm giving you a simplest one. There is a writer, W. Okay, so you have a print writer. So this is your supports buffering the data. But you can't supply the size of it. Okay, so just draw the block around it. Now here, this is only buffering. Can this print writer talk to the device, handle the device? Absolutely not. This is not a node stream. It is just a buffering stream. It is just going to store the data in the buffer till you write it to the next device. So now continue the chaining. So yeah, now tell me, where do you want to write the data? To a text file. But text file is represented by a node stream. Now tell me which will be the node stream you will use. Everyone knows the answer. Now the answer is correct, file writer. So attach here a file writer. And this file writer has the constructor as the string file name. So here you can supply the destination file name. In case something goes wrong, it includes in the throws class IO exception. But if you use this this constructor, and if the file by the same name exists, is it going to append the contents or is it going to overwrite the contents? A or O, append or overwrite? The answer is by default, it will overwrite. Append is the wrong answer. This will end up overriding the content, overwriting the earlier file contents. So note the overloaded constructor, file writer. If you want to open the file in append mode, keep on appending the data beyond the end of the file. The first argument is the same, file name, and the next argument is the append flag. So here, boolean append. And if you say this as true, then the contents will be appended to the existing file. This is your node stream. Like how earlier file reader was a node stream, now we are talking about a file writer as a node stream. Again, draw the arrows properly so you will know the data flow. So the data from Java application will be dumped, will be stored in a buffer of a print writer. And whenever the buffer of the print writer is full, don't worry, there is no buffer overflow. Whenever buffer is full, that entire buffer data, chunk of data will be dumped to the device. And this node stream is simply going to wrap your text file. So call it as destination text file. So this is where this name and all, you will take it from the user. Understanding the flow? Is the data flow clear? And this will be your source text file. I'll be, of course, sharing these diagrams. So if you're not drawn them, it's fine. If once you draw it, you have the clarity. So I generally insist on drawing. And not always. Maybe in first few hours of IO you need to. Otherwise, you can visualize it directly. You let me know when you are done. And I'll ask you the next question. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. The next one means here, can anyone translate this above chain into Java code? We had done it. So all these are auto-closable. So in try with resources, your scanner is created. Buffer reader BR is equal to new buffer reader, new file reader, sc.next line. So first chain I have given. Can anyone translate the next one? And I want appendability. I want to append the contents. So anyone wants to tell me, you can use short forms. You understood my question? Translate this lower chain of IO streams into Java code. I'll say the left-hand side. Print writer PW is equal to, yes, please, RHS. You're translating the lower one. New print writer, new file writer, very right. sc.next line, comma 2. Very, very good. So this is the first print writer object you are creating. In that, is file writer a writer? Of course, yes. File writer extends from a writer. So, you know, superclass reference pointing to subclass, etc. And since I said I want appending, choose the second constructor where you'll say true. And this is what we are going to exercise now. So are we going to wait? Okay, looking at time, it is already late. Let me go a little faster. So I'm not going to waste your time in writing it in a non-functional approach. We'll directly write it in a functional manner. So I'll tell you ahead of time, or rather I have already said, print writer supports print, println and printf method. So which one you would like to use for writing the data on separate lines? Which method would you like to use? Of course, println. Everyone gets it. So now in next 2 minutes, we'll just make a copy and we'll stop for lunch break. I'll tell you which one to copy. Give me a second. Don't copy the filtered one. I am not filtering. So copy that before that. I mean buffer text file read functional, where we were just writing it in all the lines we were reading. So here, copy it into, let's call it as buffered file copy functional. So here I'm showing you the file copy operation in a buffered mode using functional programming techniques. So let's sync up here. Let me pause here. Let me wait here. One of you is saying done. Okay. So now start. Are you accepting only one input or 2 inputs from user? Fast, little bit fast. Otherwise, your lunch break gets delayed. 2 inputs. So write it properly. Enter source file name. And since we are going to use next line, you give the meaning accordingly to the user. So here you can say, enter the destination file name. Okay, so we do this. So user knows that he has to enter, and otherwise you can help that on 2 separate lines, because we are going to use sc dot next line here. So think and answer. Scanner, no change, good old scanner. In this stream, change or no change. Fast responses, so I can finish faster. 0 change. Okay, so now don't terminate. And which is the next chain of IO we are going to use? Please draw. Draw means comment. Now you have got a data in the Java application. Are you going to read or are you going to write? You are going to write it to the data sync. So Java application. Next class is print writer. This is your buffered writer. This is where the data buffering will happen. Once the buffer is full, the data will be returned to a file writer, and file writer is going to wrap or handle your text file. So I can say destination text file. So guys, tomorrow onwards, you may not require to draw the diagrams if you revise today properly. I can just tell you in this manner and you can understand. So just translate it, guys. All these are auto-closable. So print writer. Print writer is new print writer. See, there are so many constructors. So let's use the one which has writer, new file writer. And file writer has again the constructors, string file name and boolean append flag, sc dot next line. That is the name of the destination file. And if you're happy with overwriting, don't mention, use that other constructor. Or here itself you can say false. But here I wanted to show you the appending of the file. Append. Okay, finish this. So here you have got both the IO chains, chain of IO streams ready. Reached here? Just 2 more minutes and we are stopping, don't worry. Okay, so now let me ask you, change or no change? Do you still need to read the data from the buffer? Answer is yes. So there are no changes, 0 changes here. Now tell me, what is it doing as a terminal operation? Each line by line data where it was writing earlier on the console standard output, or was it written in a file? This line, this code is writing the data where? On the console. So what was console device represented by? System.out. So now the method is also the same, println, but anyone wants to tell me what should be the invoker object? Where should I write it? I hope system.in, guys. System.in is for reading. I want to write. No, give me the actual, don't give me destination file. Come on. Yes. Yes, got it right. PW, guys, we have created the instance. System.out is the instance of the print stream. Here the variable name is PW, so simply PW. But I'm not at all forcing things on you. So fine. So you might say that, okay, I don't understand this method reference. Don't worry. Get rid of it. For each line, let's say S, at least do you understand this, the lambda? So I'm happy with, even if you reach the lambda expression, that is good enough. Over time, you'll definitely realize this lambda expression is simply calling the existing method on the lambda argument, and you'll definitely want to reduce it to the method reference. Got it? So this is your the specific instance on a specific instance of the print writer by the name PW you are calling it, and you can say here data copy over. So I'm just going to run it. So, and without wasting time, if you need any revision, of course I'll give you that revision in today's lab. So we are saying this source file name. I should have copied that, Anyway, I'll take this again. You pick up any text file. I'm not at all saying which one. So let's say day one help. Day one help, installation instruction. Anything you can take. Just pick up don't pick up binary. Binary will be tomorrow. So this is your source file name. You must be having so many things. Only thing I'm saying is, don't rely on your spellings. Otherwise, unnecessarily you get file not found exception. So this is your source file. And then in the next file, suppose I write, okay, test.data. Anyone wants to tell me, if I don't supply any path, where this test.data file will be created? Last question. In which folder it will be created? In the current folder. So which is that current folder? Not SRC. In the project folder it will be created. You will see it in a minute. Okay, so test.data. You can give any name. And here, oh, look at me. I made a mess. It doesn't matter. So I'm just printing enter. So it says data copy over. And how will you know whether it is working or not? Open the package explorer. It doesn't appear here. Don't worry. It has not refreshed. It doesn't refresh on its own. So right click on project and say refresh. And do you see that test.data? I don't know what file name you have given. I've just given test.data just to show you that extension can be anything. And this is containing those whatever source file name I had given. And if you run the whole thing again, is it working, guys? It's showing? Great. So if you run this application again, so for example, I just want to show you append. So copy this. And suppose I run this once again. Is it going to overwrite the content? What was the name? Test.data, I guess. Yeah. Or is it going to append? You know the answer. Append. And you can check this. We'll check this in a minute and we'll stop. So here I'm saying must complete. This is I should have comment as well. Is it done or not? You try it in your own case. Yeah, it is. I'm just checking whether it is appended. The same contents I appended. So this is what is introduction to or getting started with java.io. as far as character data is concerned. So that is all. You can try this out, guys. I know the last part I covered in a hurry, so I can definitely revise it in a leisurely, proper manner, slow manner, but in the lab session. So that will be all. You join the lab session in time, and then work on your own. Revise the things. I will join sometime. I'll take revision of whatever thing you want, and then we'll solve some functional programming code together. That will be all. See you in the labs.